What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Sistas on BET. This is season 3, episode 21. The episode was titled Curveballs, you guys. Now, I do want to apologize if these videos are late, but I had an interview that I had to prepare for today, so I couldn't get to you guys earlier, but we're here now, and we're gonna rock and roll. So I got 4 videos to do. We're doing this review, Real Housewives of Orange County, and then the 2 episodes of Real Housewives of Miami. So without further ado, before we get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then I'm gonna need you guys to do me the solid favor of stop, take me out on this date, and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by hitting that like button, turning your notifications on, subscribing to the channel, sharing the video, and you guys, with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss Sistas. You guys remember last week's episode that Karen told Zach, I'm pregnant. So Zach was looking at Karen. She's like, Zach, don't ask me those. Don't say it. Don't say it. I was like, you don't want him to say, is it his? Which is a good question. So Zach says, I need to know that. Like, did you ever have sex with an old boy? She said, yes, Zach, we had sex once, but it was recent. So I'm guessing at this point that Karen is weeks pregnant, right? So Zach asked her the question of, how do you know you're pregnant, right? He asked her, did you take a pregnancy test? She says, no, she just missed her period, right? Well, Zach said that could be due to a lot of things, right? That could be due to stress, it could be due to a lot of things, which he's right. So he says, you know what? I'm gonna go to the store and get some pregnancy tests and I'll be back, right? So Pam sees Zach as he's leaving, right? So Zach left and, are you okay? Well, bye, Zach. So then she went in where Karen was. Karen was crying. She says, have you been crying? You okay? And Karen says that she is good, right? So then we move over to Maurice. So we see Maurice. So Maurice is still with this fool Q, right? So at this point, Q is, Maurice is like, what's taking the police so long? And Q was like, you want to, before the police get here? I was sitting here looking like, what? You just asked him, do he want to, before the police get there? Q, I would have knocked Q's ass out. I'm just going to keep it real. I would have got a frying pan and just said, whop, upside the head. Damn, why did I hit myself so hard? So Maurice told him no. So then Q was like, well, can I write you while I'm in jail? Hell no. Can I call you while I'm in jail? I'll think about it. Maurice said yes, he can write him. And then we said, can he call him? He said he'll think about it. It would be an absolute hell no on both accounts for me. I would have told him go to hell. So then we move over and we see Hayden at the law office, right? So Hayden, I can't stand Hayden. Hayden has topped my list of the men on this show that I don't like. Normally, y'all know it's Gary, right? But now it's Hayden that's at the top of the list, and then Gary is right up under that, right? So Hayden is still in his feelings, and I'm like, dude, so you're doing all of this because you got rejected by a woman, so you can't take rejection from a woman. So you're the type that'll probably, go out and abuse a woman when she tells you no, that she doesn't want to be with you. Because he's now trying to figure out about this stock tip that Zach got, right? Zach, I told you before, and I told you when that white devil came up to you not to listen to what the fuck she was saying, but you listened to her anyways, right? And then the fact that Hayden was sitting here talking about like an ex-con, he was talking about Zach as if an ex-con can't know anything about stocks. Like, Hayden, do you and me a favor and go find a cliff and, just whoop off of it. We're going to pause here and we're going to move forward, you guys. So then we see Fatima. So Fatima went to Andy's office, right? And Fatima is asking Andy, she's saying, thank you for earlier. And she's also apologizing. Now, me personally, I don't feel that Fatima had anything to apologize about. And honestly, if I'm being honest, right? Karen really doesn't have anything to apologize about. Karen was wrong in the sense that she came into the office the way that she did. Because initially Karen came in there just wanting to give Andy that paperwork that Pam gave her, right? So she didn't come in there with ill intentions, but it went south fast, right? So I don't really, and I mean, if I put myself in Karen's shoes, right, I'm pretty positive I would feel the exact same way that she did hearing her best friend telling another woman to go after her, go for the ex friend. I probably would feel the same. I'm like, damn, you my best friend. I still love him, right? and you gonna sit there and tell her to go for him? Like, whose side you on? So I probably would feel that way, and I'm not gonna sit there and knock Karen. I'm not gonna knock her, but she was unprofessional with what she did though. So we're gonna move forward, right? So Andy asked Fatima, did she talk to Zach? She said yes, and she said she told Zach, what happened at the office, right? But she told Zach not to call Karen, right? He didn't call her. We'll talk about that. So then we move over to Danny, right? So Danny is on the phone and she's calling Preston up, right? And this is my issue when it comes to Danny. My issue when it comes to Danny is the fact that Danny just will not tell Preston what she's thinking. She won't effectively convey her feelings to him, and that's my issue with her, right? Be open and honest with the man. Tell the man, hey, I like you. I like you a lot. I don't want you to, it's okay for you to come over and spend one night out of the week or 2 nights out of the week, but the entire week, I can't handle that. Like, I need some time and some space away from you. I just feel like Danny needs to communicate better. That's her issue, is that she doesn't communicate effectively. So then Sabrina comes over, right? Remember, they're getting ready to go out to Club Eden, right? Because El Fuego has invited Danny to the club, right? So Sabrina comes in, she asks Danny, did she talk to Karen? And she says, I called Karen, but Karen never answered. So then Sabrina calls Karen, and Karen answers the phone. And I was with Danny. I'm like, damn. So you answered the phone for Sabrina, but you didn't answer the phone when I called you? Ain't that about a bitch? So Sabrina's talking to her. She says, is Andy coming? And she says, yes. She says, did she tell y'all what happened? No. She says, well, I'll think about it, right? So then Danny begins to tell Sabrina about, she's getting jealous about this whole situation with Preston and the cousin. I don't feel like she should be getting jealous. You wouldn't have to get jealous if you would just tell the man what you think, what you feel. Keep it real. That's my whole thing, right? So let's move over to Andy real quick for you guys. So we get over to Andy, and Andy is at the crib, right? Gary is there. Praise the Lord that Gary has packed his shit up to leave, right? So, he tells Andy, hey, I want to talk to you before I leave. And Andy is like, well, I'm going to get ready to go out with the girls, so I really don't have time to hear the shit that you got to say. He said, well, let me just talk. She says, oh, Gary, I can pretty much guess what you're going to say. You're going to apologize. You're going to say that you want to be with me. You're going to say this and this and that. Is that correct, Gary? That ain't what Gary wanted to say to her. So, you guys remember, Andy had the threesome, right, with Robin and the other woman whose name is Gabrielle, by the way. And Gary told her that, hey, Gabrielle told me that I know the woman that you had a threesome with, right? And she said that you didn't even ask her for her name. And then, so he knows that Andy had a threesome. Andy hit him with the aha. So yeah, what actually happened is me and the woman did talk. I went to her social media. She posted some nice pictures. She posted a selfie, right? And then I saw your black ass. Literally, I saw your ass in the picture because I know your ass. So what's up with that? I was like, ooh, come on, Andy. Get them together. So this all happened before Andy slept with Gabrielle and Robin. So I'm like, oh, so one of the times that he told her he was going to the gym, he went and slept with Miss Gabrielle. Gary, get your raggedy ass the hell out the house. Bye, Gary. Bye-bye. So we're going to pause here, you guys, and we're going to move forward. So next up, let's talk about Pam. Pam is nosy as all of hell, right? So you guys remember I told you that Gary went to go get a pregnancy test so that Karen could take her, right? He comes back to the salon. Is that a pregnancy test in the bag? Damn, Pam, how the fuck you know it was a pregnancy test in the bag? If you needed a pregnancy test, all you needed to do was ask me because I have some in the back. Karen, fire her. She's unprofessional as the hell, right? So he has a lot of pregnancy tests in there. He want to make sure that, she's actually pregnant, right? So then Fatima calls him and, he tells her he's at the salon. He didn't call her. He just came down there and they're talking, right? So she asked him, are you playing a game with me, Zach? Nah, Fatima, he's not playing a game with your love. He's really not. He's being open and honest with you, right? He tells her, I got something that I need to talk to you about, but I would prefer to do that in person, right? She wants to know what it is, but he says, I'll talk to you when I see you, right? I'm gonna go by the house, sign on the dotted line for that, and then after that, I'm coming straight to you, right? So then we see the police. So the police finally show up over to Maurice's crib. Maurice got his hands up. He's like, because y'all like to shoot us, right? So then Q is so annoying, but Maurice is also very desperate, right? So Q is saying to Maurice, I don't want to go with them. Bye-bye. You gotta go. You held to my head. You tried to rob the bank. You gotta go. You just broke into my house. You gotta go. Bye. Don't want to see you. Get out of here, right? So then he asked him, will you write me? Yes, Q. Can I call you? Yes, Q. Will you call me? How in the is he gonna call you in jail? Explain that to me. How in the is he gonna call you in jail? But okay, go off. But Maurice is saying yes, and then Calvin comes. He's like, what the hell was he doing here? And I'm like, Calvin, mind your business, buddy. Mind your business. This ain't got nothing to do with you, right? This really ain't got shit to do with you. Speaking of which, Calvin literally just went to Florida. He says his dad is okay. So you must got buku money because you flew to Florida for a few hours and now you're back in Atlanta. Okay, you must got a lot of money. What kind of job does he have? So let's move back over to Karen, right? So Karen took 2 pregnancy tests, right? So she and Zach were waiting for the pregnancy test to confirm if she was pregnant or not, right? So she looked at the pregnancy test and it was a positive, right? So she says, what are we gonna do, Zach? He says, well, Karen, do what you've been doing. Do what's best for you. Well, I'm not having no abortion, Zach. He says, I'm not telling you to have an abortion, right? But no matter, he says, basically he tells her, no matter what you decide, right? You and I, we ain't gonna be together. She says, Zach, you have made that very clear. I was like, wait a minute. So he's made it very clear now to you that Karen, he's been saying that to you for a while now, that he doesn't want to be with you, but you have persisted. Zach, I need you to tell me this so I can move on with my life, Zach. I need you to tell me this. Karen, you and that lopsided ass wig really get on my nerves. But I'm gonna give you one thing, because I was on Karen's side at one point in this conversation with Zach. Zach was a complete asshole to Karen, and I was not here for it. It's okay. Zach could have said a lot of different things to Karen. He said, I want you to tell me what my role is in this child's life. Is it money, fatherhood, whatever? I was like, Zach, that is so rude and so disrespectful. That ain't even an approach that you had to take with this woman. As much as Karen gets on my goddamn nerves, right? You could have said, okay, Karen, whatever you choose to do with your body, it's your body, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you to get an abortion because that's not my body. That's not my choice. I can't tell you what to do. But whatever choice you do make for you and the baby, I got you. I'm going to be there to support you, and I'm going to be there to support the baby. Now, you and I, there's no chance for us to get back together, right? You and I, we can be great co-parents to this child. But I'm still going to be with Fatima. Which I don't know how he's in love with Fatima, but I'm in love with Fatima. I'm going to be with Fatima, but I'm not going to forsake you or my child. I'm going to be around no matter what, right? And that's just going to be something that, we're going to have to figure out, this co-parenting thing. We're going to have to figure out, we got a lot of things to figure out. But the way that Zach talked to her, I just wasn't here for it. And I thought it was hella disrespectful. Thought it was hella fucking disrespectful. I wish Karen had just slapped the shit out of Zach. I wish she had done that. I really wanted Karen to just slap the out of Zach because Zach was rude. So then we move over to the club. And I was looking at Sabrina. I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't the dress Sabrina had on when she left the house. So Danny had her change her dress, right? So Danny is in the club and Danny is still in her feelings about Preston. And like I said a few minutes earlier, my issue with Danny is the fact that she does not communicate what she wants to Preston. Tell the man. Tell him whatever you want to tell him. Tell him, yo, Preston, I like you. I want to see where this goes. I want to explore a relationship with you, right? But at the same time, I do not like the fact that you are living with your cousin who is not your cousin and she's a woman. I don't like that shit. Like, just tell him that. But no, Danny gonna beat around the bush. So then Sabrina. Let's get on Sabrina real quick because Sabrina irks my spirit as well. And she's irking my spirit in this scene. So Sabrina, you guys remember the last episode, Sabrina told Danny she took a Valium, right? So that she could deal with the situation with Calvin. Sabrina, why are we doing this? What the hell are we doing? And Danny made a very, very valid point. So anytime you're around in Calvin, so you gonna pop a Valium to, you know, take the edge off, get rid of the stress. Girl, either you're pegging the nigga or you're not. It's one of the two. Peg him or not. What I want for Sabrina to do for me is to figure out what the she wants to do, right? Sabrina, if you don't want to be with Calvin, tell him that. Stop stringing him along and stop bringing us along with you, Tyler. Like, I'm over this. I'm over this storyline with Sabrina and with Calvin, right? You know Calvin has his things that he likes in the bedroom. He wears panties. He likes vibrators up his ass. He likes dildos up his ass. If you can't get with that shit, cut it off. If that's not something that you can rock with, cut it off. But then also at the same time, the man literally sat there and told you in your face, excuse me, y'all. Got a little choked up. Ooh. The man literally sat there in your face and told you in no uncertain terms that he does not need that. So either you accept it or don't accept it. Either way it go, I don't care, but I want it to end. But literally the man told you that's not something that he needs or he can do without it, right? So why are you still harping on it? Moved on. So then Andy joins them, right? So they talk to her about Karen. They ask her what happened between she and Karen. She says she told you about that. And they were like, yeah. So she explains to them the situation with Karen. And they were like, damn, so you really did that? Like, I'm surprised she didn't. I would have beat your ass. Really? I'm not going to fight my friend. I'm going to be like, well, damn. But in the same sense, is Andy really wrong? When I think about it, is Andy really wrong, right? Because Karen is the one that broke up with Zach. So I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you guys really think about this. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. Tell me who you guys think was wrong in the situation between Andy and Karen. Let me know in the comment section. We can discuss it, you know, as we can discuss it in the comment section below. So let's wrap the episode up, you guys. So Zach. Actually, let me go back just a little bit, right? So Karen came and joined them, right? And Karen is still talking about the fact that Zach has not told her that he wants to move on from her. But at the salon, when he told you guys are not going to be together, you said he said that more. He's made that very clear to you. But now you're telling the girls he hasn't made it clear to you. Karen, which one is it? Because it's annoying me at this point. It's annoying me, right? Even Danny had to say, friend, he did tell you that. Like, he literally straight up told you that. And they were like, he did? She's like, yeah, he did. So then big mouth ass Sabrina told them about the stock and the house, right? Then we wrap up the episode. We see Zach. So Zach is signed for the house. Then this irritant that is Hayden comes in. And he tells Zach, like, you need to have a conversation with me. Hayden. Not Sabrina, but Fatima doesn't want you. But yeah, so Fatima has told you in no uncertain terms that she doesn't want to be with you. And now here you are doing this stupid shit, right? So he's found out that Zach did the insider trading. And that's where we ended the episode at, you guys. So leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video and until the next one, you guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.